I'm going to say that we got to look out for three players basically on Bromley's side. I'm thinking Adam Marriott. He's got 10 goals so far from 23 games. He's definitely lethal, but he can play in a few different positions. So has he got his best position in midfield as an attacking midfielder, or has it got to be up front? I think that they probably would try to put him up front. I think that's where he's best suited. So Adam, look out for him. You've got Omar Sawunmi, and he's got 29 games, 8 goals. And then finally, Michael Cheek, 34 games and 9 goals. Those are the three guys I'd watch out for. Other than that, goals are pretty much around the team, but thinly. Remember, they don't cough up much, but they don't give up much. When you've gone to this stage of the season, you've only scored 50 goals and you've only got 45 against. That's a really tight ratio. So, like I say, they don't give up much, don't trouble you with much. I think on the record and the balance of games recently, their last 10, no, it's not doing. 3 wins, 5 draws, 2 losses in the last 10. 11 goals for, 11 goals against, 11 points out of 30. So if you take that together with 65 points out of 75 for Wrexham, you've got to say there's a gulf between the teams. If form hits the grass, and I think it will, Wrexham's had a nice week to prepare for this one. So there's a nice rest and recuperation from last week's game, which was a tough one. That was a tough game in chilly conditions. And again, credits to the ground crew for getting that game off the ground. Brilliant. But chilly, tough game. And Wrexham had it in their hand. There's no real problems. I mean, they were keeping Southend at bay. But with this one, I got to say, we should be coming out of this with 3 points. I don't think there's any reason why we shouldn't. I'm looking for minimum a draw, but I don't want a draw. I want wins all the way to the end of the season. Remember, 7 wins and first spot is guaranteed. With one of those wins against Notts County, there's no way it can go any other way. And let's forget one thing, or not forget it, I should say. Notts County are not going anywhere. They're tracking us. They're sticking with us. They want to catch us now. So it's up to us to stick where we are, maintain the form, keep that gap. We don't play, keep the game in hand, turn up the next time, win that game, keep winning these games, and whatever Notts County does doesn't matter. Let's keep first, stay first. And I'm saying on the road at Bromley, I really think it's either one or two things. 1-0 for Wrexham, because it could be very tight, or it gets into a nice little battle backwards and forwards where Wrexham do win out 2-1. So do I want to see a repeat of Dagenham and Redditch with the 4-0? Yeah, I'd love that. Who wouldn't? But that doesn't come around every day. But if we get into that Real Madrid stroking the ball around system again, well, you never know. I'm looking for big things. Anyway, get there, travel safe. And listen, no breakdowns, not on the field, not in your vehicles, not going there. So one thing I want to do now is I want to take 2 little things, taking a look at the fun facts and taking a look at the centre spot. Let's go to the centre spot first. Okay, guys, done with a little bit of sarcasm, because I'm a little sarcastic, and that's good for the show, and it's good for the heart. And they do say that sarcasm is the highest form of intelligence, lowest form of wit. Well, let's have some high intelligence if no wit at all. But anyway, on the centre spot, recently, and I'm not saying what I think, I'm just making a little bit of a light-hearted poking fun at the BBC, because they are a laughing stock, aren't they? If you didn't know, like in the week, well, you do know. I'm just going to go straight to it. Lineker. What are your thoughts on Lineker boycotting the show and crying off, and then his buddies joining with him and then going back on the show? That's all I'm going to say. I've got nothing more to say about it, because I think it's quite humorous in one way, but I can also see how it could piss people off, because it did. And I also know that with certain people saying, for the love of God, don't let him back. Don't let him back. Now's a chance to get new blood. But you can hear either side of the equation. But I know a lot of people pissed off with Lineker and Shearer and Wright. And I call them Mo, Curly, and Larry, just to let you know. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. If you don't, the Three Stooges. Anyway, what do you think about Lineker and the rest of them doing what they did? They did it. Was it right? Was it wrong? Was the BBC right? Were they wrong? Did you hate what they did? Did you love what they did? You can't stand on one side of the fence on that one, even if you're laughing sarcastically like me. Now let's move along to the fun facts. So, guys, the fun facts is a rather funny story. Recently, I was watching a channel, and that's the channel I was watching. And I was watching it for a reason. I'll get to the point. This guy has recently been subscribed to YouTube, and he's also been streaming channels of himself at different sorts of situations. And then recently, with the Wrexham, he's been streaming live games from the National League site. So he's got a subscription for it, and he's been illegally showing the games on YouTube. So I saw this a couple of weeks ago, and I talked to one of my friends here, and I said, you know what, I can't believe this guy's getting away with this. I mean, he's going to get busted eventually, you know? And he went on a few times and went on a few times. So while I'm watching Wrexham legally, I've got this channel on YouTube flying by the side, and I'm waiting for this guy to get done. And he doesn't get done, and he doesn't get done, and he still gets these videos out, and he still brings up more subscribers each week, and he's growing. Now, get to the point. Last game against Southend United, okay, like I said, he's got 1,800 subscribers in his channel, his family, right? The game against Southend, there's 3,000 people plus watching the game that he's streaming. That's pretty damn decent, right? 3,000 from all over the world. There's guys chucking in from, and when I say chucking in, they're chucking money at him. I saw a $200, here you go, have that, Mr. Garcia, and loads of other money. The money was pouring in for this guy. I'm like, whoa, this guy's making a truckload of money. And how's he doing it? How's he getting away with it? Has he got a friend in YouTube somewhere? So like I say, I'm waiting patiently. I'm watching the game. Got this channel on YouTube as well. I've got the big screen for the game. YouTube's over there, and I'm watching and I'm waiting, and eventually, boom, it happens. 70-odd minute in, his screen goes black. Nothing at all. It's gone 0. And then this warning comes up, and it's from the National League. And it's like, we are claiming a copyright claim against your ass, and we're shutting you down. So YouTube, boom, shut him down because, yes, indeed, this guy's definitely got a subscription to the National League's games, right? But you're not supposed to be streaming to 3,000 people and making money and raking it in, because he was raking it in. And I should say that was the sign, the channel that he had before with the nice colors and everything else. If you look at his channel now, nothing. Just writing and no videos. All his videos have been taken out. So in a way, when he got took down, it was bloody funny, because he's quite happy there, running the chat and doing everything good, like, and having a good time. He's like, well, I'm making some money today, yeah. And he's doing the chat and la 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 la, and everything's wonderful. And he's in paradise, right? He can't believe his luck. And then he gets shut down black. When he gets shut down, he's got a blank screen. He is in panic mode. He's like, and his hands on the keyboard, and he brings it back up. Amazingly, he logs out, comes straight back in, and boom, the game's back up. And we're like, oh, this guy's got magical bloody powers. How the hell does he get that to do that? Once you get shut down, bada boom, bada bing, you're done. Anyway, 2 minutes later, like I say, oh, Mr. Panic Man has got it back up. Not 5 seconds later, boom, it's down, black screen, done. And ever since then, well, nothing's coming. Now, this is the new screen he's got, and there's nothing on it, right? I am waiting this weekend to see what he's doing. But bear in mind, this guy had like hundreds of videos way down below in his catalog there, in his library. There's nothing there now, not a border. Nothing on his sign there. Nada, not a thing. So just thought I'd end the show with something funny, that if you're trying to make money illegally off the Wrexham, you are going to get busted. Somebody would have seen something there, and I got to say, the money that he was getting, raking in there, criminal, absolute criminal. I'm laughing, right? So anyway, get to the game safely. I'm looking for the 3 points, 1-0 or 2-1. That's what I'm looking at. And hey, comment down below if you enjoyed the show, and if you didn't, comment down below. We want to know why. And listen, share it to all your mates on the bus going there, in the cars, whatever, in the crowd. Share it. Get them all on board, because we've got to get to 1,000. Once we get to 1,000, then I can commentate the games in your ear at the game Or, for that matter, you're watching the game and I can be the voice in your speakers, someone that you basically know. Okay, so have a good time at the game. I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you have any few bevies on St. Patrick's Day, have some. And we're going to be putting out a St. Patrick's Day show anyway. And it's also the FA Cup as well this weekend as well. So we've got lots to do. Look at the ultimatesoccershow.com website online and see what we have there. We've got some cheeky pictures in the gallery. Nothing nasty, but really sarcastic. But anyway, have a great time at the game. And come back for the post-game and be safe, everybody. Much fun. Have some and let's have it. Cheers.
The Ultimate Soccer Show. Join me, listen, you'll love it. Everybody does.